distance, a prison. It's like I'm trapped inside my mind.
Hey, the following can contain some intense language and is intended for a mature audience, so viewer discretion is advised.
It was an ordinary day, a dinosaur hide. When Stegosaurus raised his hand to call for high fives. Tyrannosaurus saw this anger piss because his shiny wrist caused his high five to miss. And he was like, fuck this! Oh yeah, it's an old school dinosaur laser fight. Oh yeah, just a classic dinosaur laser fight.
Ronald Weasley. It's Leviosa. Leviosa. Stop.
Actors, ho! Helen Hunt.
Samuel Jackson.
Matt Damon.
Hey, boys! Look what I got here!
Hey, where are the white women at?
My people cried and feared us finding relief. White people cry so they can see us as human beings. They recognize propaganda they spew.
I am black.
And try to weaponize everything that we do.
Difficult, not impossible.
Batman owns the night. Now taste fear. Wait, what? Oh, God! Oh, my back just snapped like a pack of uncooked spaghetti! Oh, you just walk up and break my back without saying a word! Oh, boo! Boo on you, sir!
That's Spain.
This is Last Grossman. Who is this?
This is Flaming Dragon!
Oh, okay. Flaming Dragon. Fuckface. First, take a big step back and literally fuck your own face!
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
Grab a chalk, plug in the game, it's the Chalkzone, baby, no 2 rounds the same. We got pixels, polygons, mayhem galore. TJ's on the sticks and he's kicking down doors. Oh, the Chalkzone. Oh, the Chalkzone.
You guys give up, or you're thirsty for more?
Hey. Yeah. Yeah, hey, giving it all, hey, yeah, I'm giving it all I could give, run up and taking my pick, then bringing it back to the crib, hey, yeah, you know how I go, we finding the gold, the deeper we dig, so we just keep digging till we finally get it, like fuck it, I'll sleep when I'm dead, yeah, I gave you my word, don't break it for no one, you know I'ma keep what I said, ready for war, I've been deep in the trance, been jumping since I had them squeaks in the bed, ice in my body, I'm cold under pressure, recovered like I had no heat in the vents, shooting I don't ever cut, just too much to accomplish, you know I can't leave it to chance, yeah, throw it in the bag, throw some dots, I'm Jackson Dart, I'm out of pocket playing tag, catch me if you can, empty out the mag, took the lead, I run the track, and I'm never looking back, going for the moment, always rolling with the punches, find a way to see, through the ceiling, put above us, smoke is in the air, keep it heavy in abundance, when the dust settles, let's see who remains, show up for the moment, always rolling with the punches, find a way to see, through the ceiling, put above us, smoke is in the air, keep it heavy in abundance, when the dust settles, will you be the same, 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 when the dust settles, let's see who remains, I'm giving it all I could give, run up and taking my pick, then bringing it back to the crib, yeah, You know how I go. We finding the gold, the deeper we dig. So we just keep digging till we finally get it. Like fuck it, I'll sleep when I'm dead. I keep those around me I trust. Only the family, not much to discuss. Ashes to ashes, we brush off the dust. Fuck what they say, get the fuck on my nuts. Make me the villain, fuck it, I'm the villain. I'm waiting at dusk, a bag in the trunk. Cover my face like I'm hush. You know they not fucking with us. Show up for the moment, always rolling with the punches. Find a way to see through the ceiling, put a brothers. Smoke is in the air, keep it heavy in abundance. When the dust settles, let's see who remains. Show up for the moment, always rolling with the punches. Find a way to see through the ceiling, put a brothers. Smoke is in the air, keep it heavy in abundance. When the dust settles, will you be the same?
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the AGL Week 5 recap show for season number 8. I, as always, am your host, TJChalkboard, coming to you live from the basement of the Legion of Doom headquarters right here in Newmarket, Ontario, Canada. Boy, what a week it has been. Bloody Gators, thank you very much for the follow. First time chat. Hope I get a mention in this podcast. Buddy, I think you might. I'm not going to give away any spoilers, but I think you just might. Overwhelming says, show me your toes. Dude, you're fucking weird. You're fucking weird. But you know what? It is Easter. So we are all forgiven for our sins, including you, Ogre. Again, boys, happy Easter. I hope everybody had all of their feasting wishes met. Hope you got all the chocolate. Hope you and the kiddies, if you have the kiddies, had a great time on your Easter egg hunts and everything else in between. If you went to church today, you know he is risen, and we are here. Along with me tonight, as always, is Logie. Man, it's been a fucking week.
Oh, what a week, man. I tell you, I feel like I put on 10 pounds over the weekend here. Just eating and eating and eating.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, crazy week here. Lots happened in the AGL here. Lots of things to go over, so I'm excited for it.
Yeah, 100%, dude. It's some of the changes in the standings for sure definitely jump out at you. Again, guys, not going to deny anything. Was going out today to do a whole bunch of stuff for Easter. So I got all my homework done last night. There were obviously some issues with a couple teams not having stats in. So if there's a couple things that are wrong, we apologize profusely right off the bat. If there were any more trades today, I'm not 100% sure. We tried to double check. I don't think so. But as of last night, there were 19 trades between last week's show and this show.
Yeah, that's just crazy. Like, this is, everyone knew leading up to this week that we were looking into coming to a roster lock in the following week, as long as with the trade deadline. Now, that trade deadline, as we saw earlier today, has been pushed back another week here, just due to the overwhelming circumstances that have happened. And let's take this time to also give a shout out to our admins who put a lot of work into doing this, not only running this league for us, but as well as dealing with their family and everything like that. So, huge shout out to Ranger here, going through some stuff, and wish the best for him as well. And just a huge thank you to him. Yeah,
absolutely. And like you said, right, make sure you guys are giving some love to the entire AGL team, to the media team and everything that, everybody's working so hard to put this all together, guys. We're doing our very best to make sure that we're bringing you the best quality product. It's only going to get better from here. I promise you that. One thing that I will touch on really quickly just before we get into the trades was, yes, as you're talking about the things that happened this week and the overwhelming circumstances and all of it, I'm not going to name any names, but I can tell you that, I'm on Nightfall. So I was there for what went down this week, and what I can tell you is we got to the end of game 2, and all of a sudden a person literally just left the voice chat, left the game, and was gone. Left both servers just gone, and we were like, okay, what now? So yeah, that was a mad scramble. But thanks to thanks to a few other guys, we were able to get things back on track. Game started a little bit later, so the night went obviously a little bit later for us. But again, thankfully, it's the work of everybody involved that made sure that the night kept on going for us and that we were able to get things figured out. And a big thank you, of course, to Carrie M for stepping in to a management role there for the Nightfall, obviously.
Yeah, it's good job. Like, way to go, Carrie. Thanks for doing that. And for today, we had, Slotty came in and got those last games all finished up, so everything was kind of what we needed to be tonight. So yeah, huge shout out to those guys, and hopefully you guys can pull her together this week here.
Yeah, I certainly hope so. 1-7 definitely isn't the kind of record you want. Really, really quickly, just want to say first time chat from J-Bone. Logie can suck my balls. Okay. You know what, J-Bone, just for that, make sure that you do give a follow if you haven't already given a follow. I'd greatly appreciate it, and that was absolutely fantastic. Overwhelming saying TJ is the new AGM. Dude, even if I had time, abso-fucking-lutely not. Even if I had time, dude. Like, I've done my days. I'm not going to go into story time like our friend LeBig loves to do all the time, and regaling us in all the tales of all the places that he was a manager in every single league in the entire EA fucking SHL. But I digress. We are going to move on to the week 5 trades. As I said, there is 19 of them since last week's show. So to start off, the Outlaws receive McSwassey 91 and Shui, and the Prestige Worldwide receive Bats. Who's that? That's Persinger with a sub. Thank you very much, buddy. Appreciate it. Moving on, the Outlaws also in another one there, receiving Nojas and Otis Big D, and C Geo going to the Almost Somebodies. The Legends receiving Creedude 113. The Kings getting Shank 2286. Then it was the Reapers getting Crafty Mitts from the Thunder for Complete Luck. That one actually kind of surprised me, that Complete Luck. Seeing that trade was a little bit of a surprise to me, obviously.
I definitely saw that too. Yeah, I was surprised by that one too.
Yeah. Then the Trash Pandas, Lou. So what is that? Lou 10 84 12 and Amos go to the Trash Pandas. It's Charts and Tragic. I'm assuming that's Tragic.
Yeah,
okay.
Tragic. Yeah.
There we go. Going to the Kings. Sorry, guys. Some of these names, it's just the way that they're. Anyway, the Wild Chiefs getting Technique and Andrew 1-up from the Skateful Dead. The Skateful Dead receiving Hickey and Yupo Tayupo. That one's always fun to say. The Wild Chiefs getting Skrilly from the Silverbacks, and the Silverbacks getting Chew X96. The Trash Pandas getting, what is that, X Keys?
Cass. That's Kessel.
Oh,
yeah,
Cass.
X Cass. Yeah.
All right, Cass. Sorry, I apologize for that. Trash Pandas getting him, and going back the other way, the Black Mambas receiving J Skin.
J Skin. Yep.
Oh, nice. Skin. I like to see a little bit of skin here and there. And the Hawks getting Nucks and Buford from the Kings, who received Trilogy and Chuck Morrissey. That was another one that I was kind of again, right, we're obviously going to be talking about the Hawks later on, but kind of surprising to see this one just a little bit. I don't know what you thought on this one.
Yeah. How many weeks now have we been talking with having Chuck Morrissey here, right? As a D partner for, I think, Estex, right?
Yeah.
Very, very surprising that one happened.
Yeah, 100%. Then the Hawks also making another deal, this time with the Trash Pandas. Hawks receive Lou 10. So it looks like Lou was moved twice.
Yeah, he's moved twice.
Yeah, and then and then XV Sleep going to the Trash Pandas. After that, it was the Outlaws got Cha and Bloody Gators going the other way over to the Trash Pandas. We'll obviously be talking about Bloody Gators, who is in the chat right now a little bit later on, but we will move on from that one from now. And then we had what was the Blockbuster trade. I don't know how much you know about this one, but I'm going to kind of let you go off on this one.
Yeah, so this trade here with Omaha, Army of Six, and Dusters, this was a big one to see. Kind of surprised, to be honest, that Army of Six let go of Slim. And Logan's a great winger too, but really letting Slim go there. Slim's been around for a while, and he's an absolute crazy center. We've talked about him on here before. But on the same flip side, they do get an elite winger here with JC Pens, and a very good shutdown defenseman in Marner. And then Omaha really boosting it up here, getting Big Reap here back for the center spot, and Grammyhands is left wing and right wing. So this was all around a good movement of big names and some big power, and I think these teams kind of filled in some spots that they needed to really boost up their roster here to get ready for this playoff push.
Yeah, absolutely. And for the Army of Six, who have already been having like such a good season to begin with, yes, as you hit getting that wing and return of JC Pens, but as soon as I saw Marner was involved in this deal, like we've seen this guy week after week, on the list of top hitters and just like an unreal defenseman. So just absolutely fantastic there for him. T Wild, why haven't I been traded? I have no idea. T Wild with the first time chat. Thank you very much. He also threw out a follow. The Nim 88 saying, "What's up, fellas? What's up, Nim? If you haven't already, make sure that you give a follow. I love appreciate it." See, that's a first time chat from him as well. Dreidel moved Slim so that they could get JC so that they can load up their top line. Yeah, obviously, right? They're looking for a deep playoff run. This is a team that is absolutely fantastic. Really quickly, moving on to the next one. The Cluster Pucks receiving Spelzy, and the Ice Cartel getting Yasser back in that one. Army of Six with another deal. And again, this was another big one. Can't say that I'm 100% surprised, right? Because we've seen the Straw Hats struggle, right? So you're at the point, if you have the opportunity to sell, maybe get a couple players back that you think can make that push to maybe get you to the end. We'll see how this turns out. But Eagle is going to the Army of Six, along with OGX55 for Kuma Lapuma. Yeah, Kuma Lapuma and Shane. Yep. So, again, this is another big trade, especially with Eagle involved.
This makes sense, though. These guys, Dreidel, BC Bud, they're very familiar with Eagles' play, so no surprise to me that they're trying to get this line all buffed up here, especially having like Eagle can be an absolute stud in net. So, this is the Army of Six this week, really ramping up their game, for a team that's on top and making some big moves here and moving some big names, but also bringing in some familiar and big names too. So they're getting ready. They're going to make the push here.
Yes, and I'm not going to get it twisted. Obviously, the very first week that I did the recap show, I was on here with K Rice, and we were having the conversation. Eagerly ended up being Swiss cheese that week in my, chalks, good, bad, and ugly. Now, that being said, right, you have to look at the defense that was in front of him, right, that he was let down. He thought he was going to be back on that Swiss cheese list a couple more times. The Straw Hats, they've struggled, but they've got, it's hard to say, like, they've gotten a little bit better, not good enough to kind of get out of that bottom three, but good enough that they haven't quite hit the basement yet. It's a really, really weird situation over there, but I think that getting Kuma Lapuma and Shane for D is definitely going to help them.
Yes. Oh, yes, by far. It's going to definitely help them a lot here. It was a good trade for both teams. I like it here too. So, and then I think Slotty said here he just posted 4 more.
Really? Thanks, buddy. You know what? We'll get those on the next show, guys. You can go and check those out now, so that way you'll have a spoiler for what we do next week. Prestige Worldwide receiving Nohas from the Outlaws. In return, they're getting Kenny Powell. Then it was the Violent Gentleman receiving Ulan from the Thunder for Jets. JT.
JT.
Yeah.
Yeah, JTE season. Yeah.
Yeah. Again, another pretty good trade there. Then the Violent Gentleman in another trade, getting Logan 1422 from the Dusters for Raxmus. Then it was the Reapers. And this one kind of surprised me a little bit too. I don't know exactly how you felt about it, but the Reapers receiving Lane Hudson for Arma.
Yeah, Reapers, that's a good move for them there for getting Lane Hudson.
Yeah.
Lane's a really good defenseman too. So, and Panda's getting Arma there as their right D. It's a good little swap, but yeah, a little surprising for me.
Yeah, and obviously not, not to say anything with Arma, right? Just to me, right, I know that there are some of those limitations there because I believe he's like me. He's a right DC, right? So you don't have that guy that's able to go left side, right side. So it kind of limits your ability on the back end. But again, like I said, to see the Reapers getting Lane Hudson, that's a mighty tidy piece of work as far as I'm concerned on that one. Then it was the Legion of Doom receiving the Nim, who is in the chat right now. And from the Almost Somebodies, who in return get, what is that, Skrill Stick? Yeah, Skrill Sticks. 45 in that one. And that was it for the week. Did I miss one or no? I think that was the last one. No, right?
Then we just
Skrill Sticks.
Yeah, that was the last one you had there. And then, like Slotty said, the last ones he had here, I can just bring them off here. I've got them pulled up here.
Sure.
Apaches are looking to make a final push here, dealing Matthews, X94, to the Glitter Trotters in exchange for Pem. So, goalie for a right D right there.
Yeah.
Guerrilla Warfare, they move LaPointe and Dirty Noof to the Outlaws for DJ Creation and Vegas. So that's not a bad deal there either. No. That's Guerrilla Warfare moving a couple pieces there. That's not bad. Trash Pandas, they're at it again here. Moving Bloody Gators to the Moose for Box, Lucide. So a goalie swap here. And then Straw Hats, they're trading Clap to the Trash Pandas for It's Rebel.
Damn. So another couple of big trades, and there you go, Gator. You were already mentioned once in this one, and trust me, there will be more. Oh, there will be more. The boys are going off about trade talks in the chat. I'm fucking loving this. This is absolutely absolute fun to watch. Pandemonium strikes, and that one trade that you were talking about there with Guerrilla Warfare. After the week that they had, obviously they needed to do something, and we can kind of jump right into that. As it stands, those were your trades. Now we get into the recap show. Once again, welcome to the Chalkzone. If you haven't already, make sure that you give a follow. You can subscribe. You can whatever. And also, I do have some news about YouTube, and you can find all the old VODs on YouTube. But I'll bring all that up later. Obviously, a big week here. Week number 5 in the AGL Season 8. And looking at the standings right now. So, Legion of Doom. Sorry, that's Segs with a follow. Thank you very much. Legion of Doom right now still in that top space. Goonie Tunes moving into that second spot. Prestige Worldwide into third. So kind of just a little swap there between you two guys. Followed by the Raging Bulls, Silverbacks, Cluster Pucks, Almost Somebody's, Muppet Slayers, and Guerrilla Warfare, who dropped this week.
Yeah, so looking at here, going through the top 3 here between Legion of Doom, Goonie Tunes, and Prestige. Same as last week, right? They're all staying in that kind of same. We're all battling it out at the top here. And then you go down to 4th place between the Silverbacks and the Bulls compared to last week. They just swapped 4th and 5th place here. Cluster Pucks, they go from 8th place last week to 6th place this week here. The Somebodies, they go from all the way down from 9th up to 7th. The Muppets, they kind of keep moving their way down here, the standings, 7th to 8th. And Guerrilla Warfare, dropping 3 spots here from 6th last week all the way to 9th. Somebody's came in with a 6-1-1 week here.
Yeah.
So they had a heck of a week here, and it's no surprise to see them moving their way up here from 9th to 7th.
No.
Prestige and Goonie both had a 6-2-0 week.
Yep.
So these guys are pushing hard here. Cluster Somebodies both climbed the 2 spots in the standings. Guerrilla Warfare dropped 3 spots with a 1-7 week.
Yes.
That's a little bit of a shocker there. So hopefully they can turn things around.
Yeah, that was definitely a shock to me, seeing them kind of dropping out of a playoff spot. Like you hit on, the almost somebody's having a 6-1 in 1 week. Another team that I definitely got to give a shout out to, right? Because again, if we look at the start of the season to where we are now, moving up into that 12th spot on the other side, is the Ice Cartel, who had a 6-2 week. They're climbing. They are climbing. They are climbing. They are climbing. And as Ogre just put in the chat, the Apache has been climbing as well, and we will definitely be getting into that. As you're looking at the bottom half right now, Skateful Dead in 10th place, followed by the Glitter Trotters, Ice Cartel, the Apaches, who I just mentioned, have moved up yet another spot. The Black Mambas, Outlaws, Moose, Wild Chiefs, and Nightfall. Black Mabams.
Mambas.
Yeah, no, I know, but somebody.
Mabasm.
Mabasm. The black mabasms. It's like an orgasm, but for men. I guess. I don't know. For snakes, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Maybe.
Your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, so, Skateful Dead started number 10 spot here. They move up 2 spots from 12 to 10. Trotters, they keep marching along here. They jumped up 2 spots from 13th last week all the way to 11th this week. Like you mentioned here, Ice Cartel, they were 14th last week all the way up to 12th. They're doing everything right here, especially with that 6-2 week. Mambas, they dropped down this week from 11th last week to 13th. The Apaches, they jump up a spot from 15th to 14th. Outlaws, they dropped 5 spots with a 1-6 in 1 week.
Yeah.
Yikes. That's a rough week for them for sure. Same looking at Chiefs here. They jump up from 18th last week all the way to 16th. And the Moose and the Nightfall, you guys just kind of traded places in the last little part here.
Yeah, and it is weird though. It looks like that wasn't fully changed. The Moose and the Chiefs there, but yes, you are right. It is actually the other way around. The Wild Chiefs are now in 16th with the Moose in 17th. Outlaws, once the struggle started, it has not stopped for them. 1-7-2 in their last 10 now, 7-game losing streak.
Yikes! I think they've got to get on their horses here and try and figure out what's going on, and it's no lack of trying, they're out there putting their games out, and especially Jays is out there trying his best. There's a lot of work to be done, and they can still make the push for it, right, to make the playoffs here, especially if we're looking at these play-ins that happen, from the 7th to the 10th spot to make up the final 8 teams. They can try and make their way up. There's a lot of teams that are all battling for this spot here to get in. So
yeah, absolutely. Really quickly, like as mentioned before, Nightfall 1-7-0 this week, 0-4-0 at home, 1-3-0 on the road. -27 differential, a little rough to take, obviously. And a 6-game losing streak. The Moose, who are actually in 17th place, 3-5-0 this week. So again, right, not exactly what you want. 1-3-0 at home, 2-0 on the road, -8 differential, but ended up on a 1-game winning streak. The Wild Chiefs, on the other hand, 5-3-0 this week, 3-1-0 at home, 2-2 on the road, +4 differential this week. That is the biggest shift we've seen. Remember, they've been like ridiculous minus every week. This is definitely kind of a turn in the right direction for them. They did drop their last 2, but again, all signs point toward maybe something moving in the right direction for them now. And that's good to see, man, because again, right, there's so many good guys on that team. Love Chief, so I'm hoping that this obviously does turn around for those guys there. As for the C-League standings right now, in your top 9, it's the Army of 6 still in that first spot. The Hawks and Thunder switching again, them within the 2nd and 3rd spots. The Panthers in 4th, the Legends in 5th, the Kings in 6th. Jurassic Puck, Mavericks, and Kraken make up the bottom 3 there.
Yeah, so no surprise here that Army is 6. How many weeks straight have they been up at the top, right? I think it's been at least the last 3 that I've been here that I've seen their name at the top, so it's no surprising they are. Again, looking at that number 2 spot, I been telling you guys every week, these Hawks are coming for you. And what did they do? They jumped up a spot, right? They took over that second place spot here and knocked the Thunder down to the third. And they can't be that far behind. Let's see, how many points are they behind first place here? They can't be that far off, are they?
No.
Just pulling it up here. Yeah, they're not far behind here at all. You know, and it's surprising making up these top teams here. Let's see, they're 5 points behind AO6, right?
Yeah.
That could come with one bad night that Army of Six has, and Hawks just jump all over them.
Yeah.
No surprise, Panthers here staying in the fourth place. A bunch of names that we've seen the Panthers pop up. You know, you got Poolsy over there who's really pulling his weight and keeping that team afloat here. Legends. I remember going back 3 weeks. I think Legends were in, somewhere in the bottom 10 to 12 range, and they've already moved from last week from 7th to 5th place. So they're doing everything right here. You know, they had a 5-1-2 week. So those guys are definitely putting in the work. Kings, I think they've been 5th place straight for a couple weeks now, and they must have had a little bit of an off week because they dropped from 5th place last week to 6th place this week. And looking at the number 7 spot, Jurassic Puck here, those boys, again, another team. They've just been climbing. You know, they climbed 2 spots this week with a 6-1-1 record. So they're doing great there. And then Mavericks coming in, these guys had a great week. They moved from, they were at 6th last week and dropped to 8th. They dropped 2 spots with a 3-4 in 1 week. So it's not surprising, these guys, there's a lot of movement happening within this, 4 to 9 range here. And it's going to be a battle to get in for the top 8 here. So
yeah, exactly. And like we saw Kraken kind of, I think they were in that 7 spot last week. The week before they were out. Now they're back out again, right? Like these spots are kind of, are kind of flipping around while we see that top 3, top 4 really of Army of Six, Hawks, Thunder, and Panthers just slowly starting to walk away with it. And the Legends kind of making their way back into that. The struggles at the start of the season, there were obviously some questions. All those questions can now officially be put aside. Really quickly, I just want to address something here. I'm not usually one to do this. Guys, you can go over whatever you want in the chat. Ego Nation, dude, I'm going to completely disagree with you on that one comment. A trade committee in a banana league is crazy. If both owners agree, let them move them. What's the point in having management if the league is just going to veto trades anyway? Dude, you want to create parity. So if you think you can do it better, go and start your own league. Genuinely, and then see what happens and see how hard it is, because you don't quite understand exactly how all this goes on the backside. 110%. You have no idea. You got to try and create some sort of parity. Some leagues are using AI in order to kind of like look at those trades and look at all the numbers and make the adjustments. You have committees that kind of look at everything to make those adjustments. Dude, it's what it is. I disagree, and AGL is not a nana league. Sorry, buddy. Agree to disagree on that one. Looking at the bottom of the C League right now, it's the Dusters in 10th, followed by the Trash Pandas, Straw Hats, Reapers, and Violent Gentlemen. Obviously, your bottom 2 there, no surprise with the Reapers and the Violent Gentlemen, who still just cannot figure it out right now.
No, they've just been, 12, 13, 14 spot. These boys have just been kind of trading places for the last couple weeks here. And it's sad to see, for some of them, they can try and make a push here, but if you're a Violent Gentleman, you're 13 points out of making a playoff spot with not that much time left. So, you might see these, like we said, we've seen a lot of movement coming around these teams here, right? Especially these bottom teams moving guys that, maybe they want to give a chance in the playoffs and whatnot. So, but really, I thought maybe Pandas were going to come and turn around here too. I thought maybe they'd be climbing up into a 9th or 8th spot, and instead they've kind of been coming down a little bit too. But the thing is, like, Pat's trying there. He's been making some moves. Like, Trash Panda's been busy. So don't count him out quite yet. They could definitely. They're always changing stuff up. He's not afraid to change up teams, so it's good to see that. And Dusters in Seattle again. We're not too far away off from having an 8 spot here. You're 3 points. Seattle's 3 points behind making the playoffs right now, and Dusters are 4. Right, so it's really close right here. It won't take much to get these. Maybe a big week, a hot week here. With the Dusters making some moves and Trash Pandas, they might jump up here. So it'll be interesting.
Yeah, absolutely, and it'll be interesting to see how things move into next week, especially as the pushed trade deadline approaches, and what other moves teams are going to make as we go forward. As for your players of the league, players of the week in the Q League, so this week, a couple cluster puck players. Obviously, at center, it's Alexander 1032. 15 points this week, 44.8 face-off percentage, and a plus 18. At left wing, it's Rob Law from the Cluster Pucks as well, 16 goals, 6 assists, 5.5 points per game. At right wing, it's CGO59, 10 goals, 11 assists, 5.25 points per game. On the defensive side, it was from the Skateful Dead Arcs with 1 point, a plus 4 turnover differential, 86.8% passing. Absolutely fantastic there. And one of your own boys for right D, it's Drizzy from the Goonie Tunes. 8 points, a plus 15 turnover differential, 92% pass completion rate. Wild. And finally, your goalie of the week from the Q League. It's Cold Alert from the Almost Somebodies. 1.23 goals against, 911 save percentage, 4-0 this week with 1 shutout.
Yeah, let's start here. Let's start at Cold Alert. We were just talking about here. 4 games played, 56 shots against. Out of those 56 shots, he only let 5 goals in.
Wild.
That's wild. Like he's, and he obviously like we said, the somebodies have been moving their way up here. So Cold Alert had a heck of a week here, 1.23 goals against average and a .911 save percentage and a 4-0 week with 1 shutout. Good on you, Cold. And he is a good solid goal. When Cold's on his game, man, look out. You can't get the puck past him.
No.
Moving on to Drizzy here. We were looking for to sign. We needed a right D after everything went out the last couple weeks with some trades, and we had to give up a guy. And so, I've played with Drizzy in the past before, and we debated through a couple guys and said, no, let's bring in Drizzy. And yeah, no surprise. Drizzy had a heck of a week there. 4 games played, 8 points with a plus 12. Two points per game played, 14 hits, only had 11 giveaways, 16 takeaways. But yes, the most impressive is that 92% passing, and a 4-0 week for him. I just gotta say, it's Drizzy. He just makes those passes when he needs to, and he doesn't force anything. He always looks for the right pass. So he's I'm excited to have him here and make our push here. Arcs, familiar name here, 4 games plus 7, 12 only had 12 giveaways, an 86.8% passing. Again, a very high passing percentage by a D-man. That's what you want to see out of him. Including in these 4 games, he had 4 blocks and 6 interceptions with 29 hits. So Arcs, good for you, buddy. Hats off. Let's move on to CGO here. He had 4 games played, 10 goals, 11 assists, 21 points, and a plus 19. Wow.
Yeah.
With a 5.25 points per games played. That's some white tees level points there. 39 shots in these 4 games with 25 hits and a 4-0 record on the week. So, look at here, these 2 guys between having that goalie and the right wing, these are big reasons why these guys climbed the standings this week. Another familiar name that we're used to saying a lot, and not surprised that he got 16 goals and 6 assists, is Rob. 4 games played, 22 points, a plus 18. And for a winger that's putting that many goals and has, low assists, he's still got a 70% passing. Like, good for you, Rob. A 5.50 points per game played. 4 goals per games played, and 31 shots total. Rob's leading the way over there. He's definitely putting that puck in net and loves to do that. And then looking at Alexander here, 4 games, 6 goals, 9 assists, 15 points overall with 3.75 points per game and a plus 18. And he's got 6 goals and 9 assists and only 14 shots. So, he's picking the right shots he wants to make, and he's making them count. So
no, yeah, man. Like, again, all these guys and Robla, every week we're seeing him in certain places, and he is definitely living up to all of the hype that he's getting. Where was it? Where did I see that? J-Bone, no shout out from Logie.
Yeah, he said, we were talking earlier. He said, keep my name out of your mouth.
And now he's disappointed that you didn't fucking shout him out.
No, he's a good dude. He's a good dude. He definitely puts in. He's a hard center to play against. So
yeah, oh, absolutely. As we move on to our C League Players of the Week, again, not really too much surprises here. Seeing a couple of Jurassic Puck players in here after the week that they had, I cannot say that I'm surprised. At center, it's Carm95. Again, a name we've heard so many times before. 22 points this week, 51.4% in the face-off circle, a plus 20. At left wing, it was Poolsy with 9 goals, 9 assists, 3.6 points per game. Run like hell. Someone who I've enjoyed playing with her the handful of times that I have. Absolutely fantastic. 17 goals, 7 assists, 4.8 points per game. On the defensive side, it was Trex, not Trex. At lefty, he had 9 points at plus 21 turnover differential, 85.1% passing. Then Mr. Janak at right D with 9 points, a plus 23 turnover differential, 84.5% passing. And finally, Saltine is your goalie of the week. What? Sorry, 1 goal against. I was reading that backwards because of where they put the lettering there. So it was 1 goal against and a .930 save percentage, 4-0 with 1 shutout.
Yeah. So start with Saltine here. The really solid goalie. I played with Saltine a little bit here. Great guy too. Great guy to have in the locker room too. 4 games played, 57 shots against, and only 4 goals against. That's just unreal. A .930 save percentage and a 4-0 week. Saltine is an elite goalie, and he's proving why he keeps getting drafted into the CL every single week here. Let's move on to Mr. Janik here. 5 games, 9 points, a 1.80 points per games played, a plus 12 as a D-man, getting 20 interceptions, 24 takeaways, and an 81.1 passing percentage and a 4-1 record. Wow. Big reason why we're seeing his name up here. Just those numbers are insane. Moving on to Trex here. Trex is always a highly sought after D-man. 4 games played, 9 points. He's just a plus 2. Only has 5 giveaways and an 85.1 passing percentage, and 7 takeaways and 19 interceptions. Speaks for himself. There's no and on a great team on the Thunder too. So he's putting in the work there and making sure that his team's staying relevant.
Helping the cause for sure.
Oh yes, yeah. Run like hell here. 5 games, 17 goals, 7 assists with 24 points and a plus 14. 35 hits in 5 games too as well. Getting that many goals and that many points and still being able to hit. That's a pretty good winger there. A 4.80 points per game played and a 4-0-1 record on the week. So, no surprise we're seeing 2 Jurassic Puck players and why they're making their way up the standings here. And moving on to Poolsy here, familiar name that we've seen in the past couple weeks. Played 5 games this past week with 9 goals, 9 assists, 18 points total, a 3.60 points per game played, and a plus 19. Even with all that, he's still keeping a 67.2 pass percentage on the week here and a 5-0 record with 24 hits. Poolsy, again, good job, buddy. Keep up the great work, because we keep seeing your name up here every week, so I'm not surprised to see you as a player of the week. And then one of my favorite centers here in the league, Carm, 95, 5 games, 7 goals, 15 assists with 22 points, a 4.40 points per game played, and a plus 20. Coming off with a 51.4% pass face-off percentage this week, and a 71.1 passing percentage on a 5-0 week on the record. So Carm, again, proving why he's one of the top centers in the league.
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, dude. I'm paying attention to the chat. This is fucking wild. This is absolutely wild. I'm having a blast. Spam detection. Yeah, you know what? Can hold on to that. Again, Carm absolutely fantastic. Poolsy, absolutely fantastic. Run like hell. Dude, it's been a wild week. Everybody here on that C-League list absolutely deserves it. As we move on, here we go to TJ's good, bad, and the ugly for week. Oh, it's supposed to be week 5. I never changed that. I apologize, guys. I see, even I miss stuff. So here it is. That is week number 5, though. So taking a look at our full negative, it was Schizo this week from the Outlaws. 4 games played, a minus 23. Rough. Very, very rough, to say the least. Our turnover specialist for the week. And this one kind of surprised me. Ballin from Prestige Worldwide. 5 games played, minus 55 turnover differential. Not really his style, just obviously maybe just a bad week, but hopefully he can pick it up and get it a little bit better as for next week. Looking at our passing failure for this week, it's Bologna TTs from the Muppet Slayers. In 3 games played, had a 478.7. Yeah, that would make it actually good. I apologize there, guys. It's supposed to be a 48.7% passing on 39 pass attempts. Again, just a little rough there from Bologna TTs. The Sin Bin, I like the hippie from the Wild Chiefs. In 4 games played, had 18 minutes in penalties.
Wow.
Man, yeah, that guy.
Goon.
He a fucking straight goon, that guy is. As for the hit parade, we've seen his name for the last 3 weeks, and here he is once again, UGC Orion from the Moose, taking it up a notch this week. In 4 games played, had 71 hits and 4 penalty minutes. Your big blocker this week, a guy who I love, Isles 44 from the Muppet Slayers. In 4 games played, had 16 blocked shots. Great look.
Great
there.
job, Isles.
Yeah. Our Circle King for this week. So again, it's really weird to see the turnover differential from Ballin. Well, he's also our Circle King from Prestige Worldwide. In 5 games played, was a 64.6% in the face-off circle on 113 attempts. That is phenomenal. But then you add in the turnovers, a bit of 2 sides to that story, obviously.
Yes. Yeah.
Our public skate for this week is get some of these from the Raging Bulls. 4 games played, had 0 points, was a minus 13, had 2 hits, and I believe no points. No points. No nothing. He did no penalty minutes, nothing. He was just like, I'm just here. I'm literally just here. Rob Law from the Cluster Pucks takes the Stay Greedy once again. 16 goals, 6 assists, and a plus 18. Obviously, he was mentioned in the Players of the Week. This guy can't get away from this board. And Bloody, I apologize, buddy. I told you were going to be mentioned. Our Swiss cheese for this week is Bloody Gators from the Outlaws. Outlaws obviously having a rough week this week. In 3 games played, he had a 667, 8 goals against average. 24 goals against on 72 shots, was 0-3 this week.
Oh, yeah. That's a lot of So he's 0-3. So he played 3 games and he's faced 72 shots in 3 games.
Yeah.
That says a little bit something about your defense there. Feel bad for Bloody. He's obviously he was getting lit up that night. Again, moving our way up here to Rob. Same guy, seen him week after week here. Good on him. He's you keep telling him to stay greedy and keep putting that puck in the net, and he keeps doing it. So I think we're going to keep seeing his name up here. I'm not going to be surprised if he keeps propping up in this section here all the time.
Hopefully
So
something can turn around.
With going to B. Allen here for the Circle King, with the 5 games played and 64.6% on the 113 attempts, that's really good. But seeing that they had a 6-2 week as well too, so obviously he's making those turnovers, but it's his team's able to kind of pick him up and make sure it's not becoming a problem or a reason why they're losing, obviously here, right? So he's got to be doing something right there for sure, right? UGC Orion making those hits against 7. That's crazy to see 71 hits and only 4 penalty minutes on that. That's some talent to be able to hit that well.
Dude, I'm telling you, man. Dude, I don't want to play against this guy. No thanks.
No,
thanks.
Me either. I don't want to go against him. So yeah, again, we're seeing some familiar names up here again on this, so it's good to see.
Absolutely, and obviously some more on the other side. Just really quickly, want to thank Seg Machine for the follow and Kazando for the follow just now. Thank you very much. Ego, you keep going in there. I'm gonna time you out for a little bit, but if the boys want me to time you out, if they're still having fun trolling you, I will let them continue going. But if this keeps going too crazy, Dad, don't boo me, Dad bod. You can't boo me. I run this fucking show, buddy. Who the fuck are you booing? No, I'm joking, Dad bod. I fucking love you. No, let him go. Baked Yeti says let him go. Okay, we're gonna let him go. As we move on to the C League, I kept Turtle Stinks on here for a reason this week.
Keep it up every week. No, we're not taking it down. It's staying up there for the time here.
Well, if you notice, our very first one for the week 5 good, bad, and ugly in the C League, our full negative for this week is Turtle from the Straw Hats. 5 games played and a -12. So, Turtle, man, you gotta figure it out there, buddy. Yeah, do better, buddy. Our turnover specialist for this week, complete luck from the Thunder. 4 games played, a -75 turnover differential this week. Dude, wild shit. Passing failure for this week. Rolla Blackwood from the Panthers, 44% on 50 pass attempts. Ouch. Like, I don't know. I don't know what to say about that, man. 44%. I don't think we've seen quite that low yet this season on this board.
I know he's a winger too, so he's probably he's forcing a lot of these passes here. Yeah.
For the sin bin, it is Keith from Army of 6. Had 4 games played and 12 penalty minutes on that. All right, hold on. If you're gonna play that Shane O'Mac track, somebody better drop a sub. That's all I'm going to say. If you're going to play that Shane O'Mac track, here comes the money. Somebody drop a sub. I'm just joking. Fuck, I love you guys. But make sure if you haven't already, drop a follow, because I love those follows. So Keith from Army is 6-4 games played, 12 penalty minutes. Our hit parade this week, once again, I mentioned it earlier, the guy that we keep on seeing on this, Corey, L95L from the Straw Hats, 5 games played, 56 hits, and only 2 penalty minutes. So once again, Corey L95L from the Straw Hats, definitely taking it again on the hit parade. Our big block for the week, Matt Adores Dana from the Legends. Matt Adores Dana from the Legends. 5 games played, had 12 block shots this week. Our Soccer King Arzi in that spot once again. 4 games played, 74.1% on 81 attempts, dude.
Wow.
I had to double check that just to make sure that it was legit, and it is legit. That was absolutely crazy. J-Bone, 5 gifted subs. Thank you very much, buddy. Fucking love you. The hype train is running here, boys. If you want to keep it going, by all means, lay it out. The public skate for this week on the CL side, it was actually Lane Hudson from the Reapers. Again, defenseman, so you don't give him too much shit for it. But, dude, 4 games played, no points, no penalty minutes, and a -9. Maybe had like a couple of hits. Again, right? Like, you got to do something out there. But no, he's out there waving to the fans and just doing his thing, just having a ton of fun. Stay Greedy from the Rejects. Stay Greedy. It's Rejects from the Dusters. 4 games played, 10 goals, 4 assists for a +2. And our Swiss cheese is Viper 2016 from the Hawks. Again, this one was hard to pick because there wasn't bad goaltending. But 4 games played, 740 save percentage, 5 goals against, 20 goals on 77 shots, was 2-2 on the week.
Yeah, and it's surprising because I think Viper was one of our top players last week, I believe, for as a goalie. Or it was last week or the week before, one of the top guys. So a little surprising there. Maybe they just had, and maybe this is maybe a reason why the Hawks made a couple changes too. You never know. So, but I'm not worried about that. I know Viper can bounce back.
Yeah.
Rejects here. No surprise there. Rejects is always putting that puck in 10 goals, 4 assists with a +2. Not surprised there with him. A little surprised by Lane Hudson. I definitely would have thought a guy like that would have definitely did a little bit better, but could just be having an off week. We'll see if he bounces back with this following week here. Looking at the Circle King with Arzi. Wow, like you said, 74.1 on 81 attempts. It's not even like he's just in there to take a game or something like that. He's in there for 4 games and that taking the 81 attempts. Wow, that guy is an absolute legend in the circle here. He might be making a run at some of these top CL players as centers, that's for sure. Jumping here at Matador's Dana too, 5 games, 12 block shots. No surprise that with Matt, his name's usually pops up quite a bit here with those. Corey, again, we've seen him up there. Usually he's been a leader on some of our top players here too with the points and the hits he's having, so no surprise to see his name up here. Yeah. And then really the rollback Woods thing kind of, but looking again, he is a winger, so he's obviously probably making those forced passes. Just maybe next week, let's tighten that up just a little bit.
Imbecile, like the dumbest motherfucker that ever lived.
Yeah. Sorry, man. These guys are going off with the
never go for
the points right now, and I'm fucking loving it. Absolutely loving it. As we move on, we're gonna take a look. Luai, what's up, buddy? First time chat. If you haven't already, make sure that you give a follow. Always appreciate those. Appreciate you, buddy. So our forwards right now, forward leaders for the Q League right now. Goals. Absolutely no surprise here on this one, man. Rob Law leading the way right now with 66 goals. Cornhole Karen right behind him with 55. Shady Rap God at 55. D-Mac Jr. with 46. And Reaps at 45. Assists, it's B. Allen with 67. Armor Core with 59. Feeney Call at 51. Cornhole Karen at 50. I'm the Liquor at 49. Points per game, Cornhole Karen leading the way there. 5.25 points per game right now. Rob Law at 4.7. B. Allen at 4.57. Shady Rap God at 4.27. D-Mac Jr. at a 4.15.
Yeah, again, what are we looking at here? We got Rob Law up here with the goals. Not surprised. We see his name up around here every single week. So he's going to keep putting in the goals, and we're going to keep seeing his name at the top of the leaderboard here. Moving down here with Cornhole and Shady and B-Mac, again, all regular guys to see, and seeing Reaps kind of break up that bottom here from Guerrilla Warfare. So again, it's a matter of a couple goals here between here and jumping up from 55 to 66 is quite a difference. So you guys are going to have a hard time catching up to Rob, I think, here.
Yeah.
No surprise here with 2 prestige guys at the assist top here with B. Allen and Armor. Again, these guys are definitely hard guys to play against and know how to move that puck very well. Feeney, again, another guy that's absolute circle merchant for us. I know that. He's a great centerman. makes a lot of good passes to our wingers, and no surprise to see him here up at number 51. Cornhole Karen again, 5.25 PPG, putting up some white team numbers here.
Stop it.
He's
some
there's
help.
a reason why we keep seeing his name up here, and why Legion of Doom is the first overall team. So.
Yeah, J-Bone, is Logie still talking? Oh boy, dude, this guy's like throwing all kinds of shade your way here. I'm fucking like,
I'm for it. I'm for it.
Your total shots leaders right now: Pootsie at 187, Ryan behind him at 171, Brand Flakes at 169, CGO at 154. Dangle sniping at 148. Your plus minus leaders right now: Shady Rap God at a plus 68, Armor Core at plus 61, DMAC Jr. at plus 55, B. Allen at a plus 54, and Cornhole Karen at plus 54 as well.
That's what I appreciate.
A big gap between Shady Rap God at a plus 68 and Cornhole Karen at a plus 54.
Yeah, that's that is quite a big gap there. But again, you see three prestige guys in that plus minus, right? That's all one line. That's just taking names and doesn't, care to let anyone else try and get some points up here. So, two teams battling it out here for that plus minus, between Prestige and Legion of Doom. And then going over to the total shots, I think this has been our third week of seeing Pootsie up at the top. So no, I'm not surprised to see him keeping that title here as our first overall for the total shots.
To be moronic.
And Brand Flakes, I know Brand Flakes loves to shoot that puck, so I could see him making his way up and trying to take over that first spot. But he's got some work to put in here.
Yeah, absolutely. Overwhelming saying that J-Bone is just mad because he was labeled as a bust after his bum ass season. Oh boy. Oh
wow.
boy. Wow, that's some serious shit right there. Now looking at our C League leaders. Man, you guys just don't want to see this go, eh? You guys just want to keep it going. All right. I fucking love y'all. I give them toys to play with and they abuse it. I give them toys to play with, and they abuse it. As for your C League forwards right now, forward leaders, Run Like Hell, obviously leading the way there with 47 goals. Persinger with 44, White Tees with 44, Poolsy with 44, and Filthy Hog at 44. Obviously a tight race there in goals over in the C League. Your assist leaders. Shorzy season right now with 49, Gustav at 47, Persinger at 44, White Tees at 41, and Mahomie at 41. Points per game.
This guy's got the right idea.
White Tees with a 4.72, Persinger at 4, ZE2 at 3.8, Poolsy at 3.65, and Shorzy at 3.57.
Yeah, so again, what do we see? We see a lot of Hawks over here and a lot of Panthers. Really here, looking at going at starting the goals, Run Like Hell up at the top. A big reason why they got a player of the week here, taking over that first overall spot, 47 goals. And then Persinger, White Tees, Poolsy, and Filthy all catching up here with tied at 44 here. So it's going to be a tight race all the way to the end here. A lot of high-scoring winners that definitely know how to put the puck in the net here. Going over to the assists column, seeing Shorzy there, I'm really not surprised. Again, been a guy that we've seen seen week after week here, having his name up here. And then again, the PPG. I think last week, White Tees was up near 5. I think last week, and so I guess maybe seeing him in Persinger here at the top spots, and still 4.72 is nothing to laugh at either. He's obviously putting the puck in the net, and same with Persinger here. So and seeing Z2 here at a 3.80, and Poolsy and Shorzy coming up at the bottom here with a 3.65 and a 3.57. A big reason why Panthers are staying and climbing the season and climbing up the leaderboard here.
Yeah, no, for sure. And again, right, like you're seeing a lot of those Hawks there, and this is why we've gradually been seeing them move up a little bit, like week after week after week. Ice Dog saying Logie has diarrhea of the mouth. Dude, everybody's giving you shit now. Big Daddy saying
I'm too nice. I'm too nice to him. That's
I
why.
guess so. Chalkzone, we need Stone Cold sounds. I will make sure that I get on that for you next week. Just tell Dad Bod to chill out a little bit. Our total shot leaders right now so far for this week. Corey right now at 144. White Tees at 136. Shorzy at 133. Filthy Hog at 131. And J Whips at 128. Our plus minus leaders. Shorzy at a plus 53. Poolsy at a plus 52. Persinger at a plus 45. White Tees at a plus 35. And Filthy Hog at a plus 33.
Yeah, again, who are we seeing near the top of these leaderboards here? We see the Panthers name, right? Week after week, we've started seeing the Panthers guys kind of take over some of these top spots, and probably a big reason why they're doing so well right now too. And Hawks as well, personal White Tees up there again. I love seeing this. So and Corey again here at the total shots. Like I said earlier in the stream, that you would see his name up here taking these shots and making hits. So it's good to see.
Yeah. I'm not even.
Yeah, he is just. We're not gonna.
I'm not even gonna repeat it, dude. Yeah. Wow.
Don't even give validation.
Yeti, you are fucking too much, brother. I fucking love you. Poseidon Yeti's built like a Bud Light, right? Holy fuck, boys. There's never... See, guys, this is why I love the AGL. There is never a dull moment. Whether you're in the chat, whether you're in a VC, whether you're doing this show, there is never a dull moment, and that's why I love all of you fucking guys so much. Your defensive leaders for the Q League up to this point. Right now, for points, Silver Surfer leading the way with 34, Red Daddy with 34, K Dieter with 31, Mr. Playoff at 31, and X Virus at 29. Interception leaders, Piccolo right now with 68, Big Chief at 65, Matthews at 61, Law of Chaos at 49, Get Some of These at 46. Takeaway leaders right now, Law of Chaos at 89 takeaways. Wow. Defender M. Klein right behind him at 84. X Virus at 83. Isles with 76. And Wax Poetic at a 76 as well. I'm just going to go right through these ones and we can chat after. Block shots, Tommy Dubs right now sitting with 52 block shots so far this season. Right with 40. I Like the Hippie with 40. Hydro Girl with 40. And Wax Poetic right behind them at 39. For hits, Ogre Whelming still overwhelming everyone at 212 hits so far this season. Defender M. Klein at 169. Don Magic Kron at 166. Nugs at 149. Spacewalker at 134. And the plus minus leaders on the defensive side, Silver Surfer at a plus 71. Don Magic Kron at a plus 51. Red Daddy at plus 47. Rockin' Faces 420 at a plus 45. And Law of Chaos at plus 36.
Yeah, familiar name that is seeming to pop up a little bit more week after week here is Law of Chaos. He's come across 3 different spots here, at least that I see. So good for him. Bulls making some headroom here and having some D-men. Obviously, a reason why they're definitely winning some games here, especially when he's leading off the way with the takeaways here. Looking over at the points, Silver Surfer again taking that one of those top spots, tied with Red Daddy here. Red Daddy, he's good dude, and obviously making some right plays over here for Legion of Doom. Again, looking down here, the block shots again. We've seen Hippie, Hydra Girl, and Tommy Dubs up here for the Chiefs after, week after week. So these guys are getting shelled, but they're also, trying to keep them in the game here. And then having Wax, a huge defensive E-man here, rounding it off at 39. I'm going to call it now. I don't think anyone's going to beat Ogre as a defenseman for hits this season. I think Ogre is going to keep that title and will keep it week after week. He just he just knows when to throw a hit and loves to hit.
Yeah.
You know, and that difference of having 212 and the next one below that's 169. So, some of these guys are going to have to really start stepping up if they want to take over the top hits. And then again, Prestige Worldwide taking over the plus minus with Don Magicron and Silver Surfer at the top with a plus 71 and plus 51. So, and then followed by 2 Legion of Doom players. So not surprised to see that.
No, absolutely not. And Legion of Doom definitely having one hell of a season, a little bit of an off week for them, but you know that they are going to obviously bounce right back. As we move on to our... it did move. Okay, that was weird. Just kind of a really weird motion there. Our C-League defensive players of the week. Right now, for points, it's Chuck Morrissey in the front right now with 36. Trex Not Trex behind him at 30. BC Bud, Buddo 24 at 29. CJX at 28. And S-Dex at 27. For interceptions, your leaders are Luai with 59. Luai in the chat right now, buddy. Way to go. Rock Show at 56, CJX at 53, Viking Beast at 53, and Tank Cal at 53. For your takeaways, it's SDEX with 93 right now. D-Stray at 88, Rock Show with 83, just warming up at 82, and Gilgamesh at 82 as well. Block shots, A. Devon with 39, Marner 16 with 37, X-Spawn with 35, Rock Show with 34, and Cap in Canada at 33. Hits, Steve leading the way there at 159. The next closest to him is Nucks with 106 right now. Gilgamesh has 103. It's Rebel at 101. C-Dub at 97. And then for your plus-minus leaders, S-Dax obviously with a plus 45. Chuck Morrissey at a plus 34. Keith at a plus 33. Shane at a plus 31. And Can't Stop to Quaff at plus 29.
Yeah, so again, seeing here, obviously, we've got Chuck Morrissey on here twice, once as a king and once as a hawk. But yeah, with being traded here to the Kings, yeah, kind of surprised. That's really a trade that kind of surprised me. Hopefully it's good and works out. But we've seen his name up here night after night. And having 36 points in the top, one of the top D men. Let's see if he can keep it up here for the Kings, and if he can, then good for him. Again, looking at Trex Not Trex here, coming in at 30 points again. Big reason why this Thunder is doing so well. Having an elite D-man like that back there. Going through everyone here, seeing Lou IP coming up 59, another great D-man. Same with Rock Show, great guy and a great D-man at 56, and CJX rounding it off with a 53 there. No surprise with why these guys are up here, especially Louis and Rock Show, guys who love to trap you and know when to take the puck away from you and know when to be in those passing lanes. So good to see that. Aztecs again. No surprise we see him up here on the leaderboard for the takeaways and the plus minus. S-Stacks with a plus 45, and again Chuck Morrissey here with a plus 34. I thought these two might have been inseparable this season, but yes, things that are about to change here. Hits going over to Siev at 159, and like you said, Nucks at 106. It's going to take a lot of work to get this to try and catch up to him here. Yeah. So, and then looking over the block shots between A. Devon at 39 and Captain Canada at 38. So it's a close battle there.
Yeah, 100%. And just some great defense, obviously, without a doubt, over in the C League right now. You cannot underestimate that at any point. What is going on here? Did this freeze up on me? I think it may have frozen. I think that's why it did that really weird little thing that it did there. Huh. Interesting. You know what we're going to do? We're going to refresh it. If we can. It's not letting me refresh it. Look at that, guys. It froze. It froze. Don't you love it when technology just absolutely takes a shit on you?
Oh, Cuz, thanks for tuning in, buddy. First time being here. I'm glad you could catch it.
Let's do it this way. Sorry, guys. Give me 1 second here.
Yeti, hope you closed your port out.
Never. I got a lady for that. Let's see here. Let's see if this pops open properly, or if it's no. Yeah, so it was just a quick little issue there, I guess. With maybe I had it open too long. We were talking an awful long time. I'm not gonna deny it there. Let's just go straight to the goalies here, and then we'll open this up. There we go. If it ever decides to open. That's awesome. There we go. Look at that. We're back in business here, boys. So your goalie leaders right now for the Q League. So it's Meddom right now with 19 wins. Big Ziz behind him at 18. Omar with 15. Diligara at 14. And Darkside Reborn at 13. Obviously, as we spoke about earlier, the Ice Cartel slowly working their way up the standings, having a kind of resurgence since the rebrand, and Darkside has obviously been a big part of that. The shutout leaders right now: OG Dirty Birds with a 3, Cold Alert with 3, Diligara with 2, Big Ziz with 2, and Parky with 2. Shots against Ghost Elite has now faced 451 shots. Irish Oddity at 433. Chief Pietro at 425. Kerry M at 416, and Mick Mim at 405. Save percentage leaders: Big Ziz with an 864, Parky at an 853, Cold Alert at 844, Diligara at 836, and Memdom at 832. Goals against average: Big Ziz leading the way at a 2.39, Omar at a 2.44, Parky at a 2.48, Diligara at 2.74, and Memdom at 2.79.
Yeah, these save percentages and goals against average is very close. Hey, just by a couple points here, really, between Big Ziz and going up all the way to Parky here, right? So, just a couple points between those three, but definitely reasons why these teams are doing as well as they are is the big time these goalies here. Again here, shutouts, Dirty Birds. I think we've seen him up here for the last couple weeks. Same with Cold Alert. We obviously saw that he had a huge week this week. So good job there, boys. Keep up the good work. Prestige Worldwide, having Meddom over here and Big Ziz at Legion of Doom and Omar, right? These are guys these are reasons why these are 3 top teams, and it shows right here with these 3 at the top. Going over to shots against too. Wow, Ghost Elite getting shelled at a 451, and then Irish close behind it with a 433, and Chef with 425. Like, just seeing these numbers, like 400 shots against and over is just crazy.
Yeah, that's it's rough. It's rough, and obviously, a lot of these guys are the bottom teams. Outlaws have obviously had some real struggles over the last couple of weeks as we've seen them continuing to drop. And you feel bad for Ghost Elite, obviously. If your defense isn't giving you that support out front, it's going to be a tough one. Yeah, Baked Yeti, I don't know what the hell I was thinking when I typed that out. J-Bone, type in the chat. Are you on your phone or are you on PC? Because I saw that he's having trouble. He can't see the chat. As we look at our C League goaltending leaders right now, it's Koda Choda leading the way with 16 wins. Bloody Number tied with him at 16 as well. Call Me Skull at 15. Saltine at 13. And Trilogy Trebek or Tree BC. I think it's Tree BC. Trilogy Tree BC with 13. Shutouts, Viper now with 4 shutouts. Koda Choda with 3. Call Me Skull with 2. Sweet D Willie with 2, and Spite Gamer with 2 as well. Chapton leading the way in the shots against at 405, Eagly at 404, Spider Monkey at 383, and that's both Straw Hats goalies right there. That definitely tells you something. Dandy Man 26 at 381, and Bloody Number at 380. Save percent leaders. Viper with an 849 right now. Alonzi behind him at an 846. Dandyman at an 840. Coda Chota at 835. Bloody Number at 826. Call Me Skull leading the goals against average at a 2.39. Dandyman at 2.51. Alonzi at 2.7. Coda Chota at 2.71. And Bloody Number at 2.78.
Yeah, again, right? Like I said earlier when we were talking about Viper, and for the fact that he got lit up maybe this week a little bit, or had, like you said, it wasn't that there was a absolutely terrible goalie. He just maybe was one of the ones that had a little bit of a weaker week. But still, look at this. He's got the most shutouts right now, and he's got the top save percentage. So just goes to tell you that maybe Viper had an off week this week, but he's still leading the leaderboard here. So obviously a very good goalie. Coming in with you got your wins here. Obviously, no surprise with Coda Chota getting 16 here, and Bloody Numbers as well. Two absolutely elite goalies. Our boy Skull here, big reason why Jurassic Puck is making that big move. And again, I talked about Saltini earlier, very elite goalie, and Trilogy Tree with the Kings too as well. Those boys are definitely big reasons why these teams are starting to climb up the standings here.
Yeah, dude, couldn't agree more. And I do believe that is it, my friends. Dude, thank you very much for hanging out with me yet again. I'm super, super excited, obviously, for week number 6. I know this one went a little longer than normal, so I thank you for sticking it out with me, buddy. Yeah, no, thanks for having me. I'm excited to see what next week brings us here, and we can discuss everything that goes on with the trade deadline. Yeah, absolutely. And boys, chat was absolutely fucking fire tonight. Absolute fun from all you guys. Yeah, there we go. Another boo from Dad Bod. Just want to remind you once again that J-Bone gave out 5 gifted subs. So Spidey, Blue Mystique, Ego Nation. Oh man, Ego Nation got a gifted sub. Hot damn it. Maple Leafs 11 and Ice Dog all got gifted subs. So if you got one of those gifted subs, make sure that you send a thank you to J-Bone and let him know that you love him for getting that for you. Once again, folks, it has been an absolute blast here. Week 6 coming up in the AGL. Whoa, I hit the wrong button. Boys. That was awesome on my part. It's going to be interesting as we go into Game 6. As we said, the trade deadline has been pushed back, so next week will be the final list of trades we will have for you. As always, I've been your host, TJChalkboard, coming to you live from the basement of the Legion of Doom headquarters right here in Newmarket, Ontario, Canada. I will be live tomorrow for Monday Night Hockey, AGL, right here in the Chalkzone. I love you all, and I'll see you next time. Say bye, Logie.
See you later, boys.
Are you even in this? The scars they form with distance. A prison. It's like I'm trapped inside my mind. Oh, how did we get lost in this moment? Are you a victim or are you a witness in this life? So hold fast as I fall through the cracks of your heart. Oh, why can't you see this real or fantasy? Truth defined or make-believe? Try not to think about every single doubt that is slowly killing me. And I wonder if you know that I don't believe a word you ever say. Oh, I know you'll never change. Could you save me from myself? I swear I'll let you have what's left. Do you ever even think about me? 'Cause I'm dying to think about you. If only you could let me know. Give me something more than hope. Could be having a good time with me, or could be hell living without you. Every time you speak, every time you see, I can feel it boiling in my blood. Now I can't escape it. Every time you speak, you never listen. Every time you see, it's tunnel vision. I can feel it boiling in my blood. Now all I say is run.